Today I'm going to install this Project Source Complete Toilet Kit from Lowe's. Most people wouldn't be as excited as I am about unboxing this brand new toilet. This is a great kit with everything. It includes, hopefully you can see this, the bowl, the tank, the seat, the handle, the T-bolts, the wax ring, and the caps. So just about everything you could possibly need, and it was only $100 in Hawaii. What's super nice is that it already has a lot of pieces assembled, like the handle. And check this out. Flush valve, flapper, everything is inside already and assembled. Okay, so I have to get the old wax ring off. I have this set up from before, so I'm gonna just scrape off all the wax so we can get started for the new toilet. Make sure nothing goes down the drain. I should probably put a paper towel in there. Make sure we're covered, and then we'll get that off. All right, so I got most of the wax removed. I always set up some towels, so if I get tired and need to sit down the toilet on the way in, I can do that. I'm gonna remove obviously that paper in there and then add the new wax ring and get the toilet bottom on. All right, so this is the wax ring that comes with the kit. It's pretty great. It even has little bolts in there. I already have some of these, as you saw probably, from before. So I'm not gonna use these ones, I'll just save them for another day. And then the wax ring I will go ahead and put on. Some people say to put it on the toilet and then put the toilet in, but I always have such a hard time lifting and maneuvering that I like to put the wax ring on first. There is a risk that you can push some wax, I think, into the hole. You don't want to do that, but if you can align the toilet a little bit better that way, that's how I choose to do it. All right, so another reason to check or to put it on first is this kind that comes, that comes with the kit. Has this plastic flange, and on some it does not fit very well, like this kind. I did a repair a while back, so the coupling that, or the repair size hole does not fit this. So in most cases you'll be fine with the one that they give you, but if it doesn't, and it kind of rocks back and forth like that and doesn't fit in there nicely, then you'll just need one of these. They're usually like $3, $4 without the plastic flange, and that's what I'm going to use here. All right, so I got it all set, got the wax ring in place, I got my bolts. These do move around, but I got them roughly adjusted to where I want to be. So now I'm going to go get the toilet. All right, I've still installed several toilets, but I think I am going to try putting the wax ring on the toilet first this time instead of in the hole, or not in the hole, on the flange. And so now I'm going to try to put it in place. It takes a little bit of finagling, so this is probably the toughest part. So I like to kind of sit on it and make sure that the wax is squished all the way. I got the bolts coming through. See that? And then I also, now's the time to make sure that you're square and not crooked, because it will bother you forever if you are not. So you can just move it slightly if you need to. I forgot to mention this kit comes with a really nice instructions as well. Very good step-by-step. So now, after I put the toilet on, I am going to use their little caps here, the twist on part, instead of a regular nut. All right, so I got the bolts tightened down, or the nuts, I mean, plastic ones. Yours, if you use the kit bolts, then they will be shorter. I'm gonna have to cut mine off with a hacksaw. Now is a great time to see if it's tippy at all. So sit on it and check for any rocking. It shouldn't be rocking, but if there's a slight uneven floor, like a tile floor especially, you could use a couple of pennies under the edge down there to even out any gaps. All right, next we have the tank. And you know what's so great about this, moms and dads, is that there's no boy pee in here. There's no boy pee smell on that. So if you have little boys, you're going to love having a new toilet for $100. The next step, they have super easy. You put the seal on here. Get that all on the bottom, nice and tight. And then you unscrew these little guys and take the washer off too, because we're gonna install this on the toilet and then screw it back in from the bottom. And the other awesome thing, which I know I already showed you, is that they already did the flush valve on here, the handle, all the things that come separately usually for toilets. You can see inside, they already have it installed. The flapper, all the pieces, it's an easy kit. Easy to install is right. All right, so now I'm just tightening. You can see there's a pretty big gap right now between the tank and the toilet. It's gonna wanna sit like on these. There's another one in the back, if you can see it, but the ridges there, you can see this too. And so we've got a lot of tightening to do for that seal. But in the meantime, we're gonna just tighten up these little nuts. And then slowly work it tighter and tighter until we get a good seal. Other thing I didn't mention, but is your angle stops. If you did have a really old looking angle stop, this is a new one, but one that maybe you're scared to turn, or it's pretty tight and doesn't feels like it might break when you turn, it's pretty easy to replace these, and I would highly recommend it while you have your toilet disconnected, and you can shut off your main water, but then you'll know that you're not going to have a surprise if you try to shut it off sometime. All right, next step. We got the gap kind of closed up there. I had to work the way back and forth, but now if I kind of jiggle it or if I push on either side, it doesn't move. And now we're going to connect the water to here. So we'll tighten that up. All right, next we're going to put on something very important here. Let's see. And I can't say enough good stuff about this kit. One thing to always be careful of, and I am paranoid about, is to not drop anything like these down that hole. So we're being extra careful, but nice. We open these up. They've got some little, oh gosh, it's hard to do with one hand. There we go. So you open that up and easy peasy, put the bolt through there, the nice little plastic, everything's plastic these days, plastic bolts, and then we're gonna tighten it up with this on the bottom. And if you have a screwdriver or something, it helps sometimes to make it so they don't move so bad. So I'll go ahead and do that. Got these little pieces to protect the seat from those. And now is a good time, before you have it fully tightened, to make sure that it's aligned right. So you're not sitting and then the seat's going off to the side or something. So I get it mostly tightened, I align it, and then I'll tighten it the rest of the way. That's it. Ooh. Try to show you this part with one hand, but basically it says to connect the flapper with the chain, but it kind of already is. So it should be okay. And the moment of truth, we are gonna turn on the water. And then hope for the best. So we see, don't feel any leaks there. That's good. Filling up. I'm gonna watch once it fills up and make sure the level is good. In general, these are adjusted pretty well, but you could adjust the level if you needed to there. So I'm gonna check and I'll show you once it's filled up. I like to have a towel on the floor. As you can see, I'm in the middle of renovations, but while I'm getting pieces, I want to be able to set them nicely on the floor and have them cushioned. All right, the water's all filled up. We're gonna try flushing. Looks good. It's going up again. Any leaks? No leaks down here. Nothing that we can see. The other thing people sometimes do is might caulk around the base of the toilet. We're checking to make sure there's no leaks on the base of the toilet. We'll keep an eye on that too. But I don't do it anymore. I've seen some recommendations not to, because if there is a leak, if it's caulked around the edge, you won't see it. And then it will happen, what started my whole saga is there was a leak underneath, and it went actually underneath the vinyl plank that I had, and it went into the subfloor. I had no idea until it started squeezing out between some of the seams in the vinyl plank. So that's what started this whole thing. I had to pull all of that old vinyl plank, and underneath it was cork, and it was like mud, gross, disgusting. And then I got new floor, new subfloor under there I had to do because it was all rotted with the leak, and I replaced the flange with a new flange repair, and now I'm putting everything back together. So it's going to be fabulous. Hopefully no leaks, but if there are, I don't want to caulk here because I want to be able to see it and catch it early on and not after it's caused a major problem. I'm just going to flush a few more times to test it out. Also because it's fun and satisfying after you've finished a great job. It's looking so good. I'm so excited. And it does not smell. And so now the last step, I'm just going to put the lid on, and easy peasy. And you can align it nicely however you like. It's a little bit, that's the one thing about this kit, is that the lid doesn't have like one specific spot, but you can align it how you like. Looks nice. Move that ugly rag out of the way. And there you go. My favorite toilet kit, that Project Source Lowe's complete toilet kit. It's fabulous. There's the model number. I am not paid to say this. I just love it. I've installed a few of these and they are so easy. And now we can test it out. Oh, my dirty feet. Feels good. And we flush it.
Let me know how the install went for you. Comment below. Thanks for watching.